When Rumble's been open this season, which hasn't been much, it has often been into Ambessa.
Oh, Kate Lux.
Yeah.
Oh, Kate Lux.
Kate Lux.
Oh, dear.
That's the thing, they banned the Nami to deny Porky Nami, but I felt like Ashe Seraphine or Kate Lux were the ones I was thinking of as big threats to the 2v2 laning phase. So they come out, and it looks like Raptor with the jungle pool really thinned is just going to go for the Wukong, which, you know, decent diver. You have that with the Akali. Can be a big threat to this backline.
I like Neferi a lot more, actually. Neferi Lulu we've seen already find a lot of success. Obviously, that was a different version of Neferi playing in the lane rather than in the jungle, but Raptor has been decent at this champion. We just need to not have a repeat of that one play that we all remember when he played Neferi early in the season,
Okay,
and that's just terrible.
That was definitely a hug between them.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the Rift for game number 2. Daystar on his Akali once again. Akali into Azir seems to be flavor of the month as far as the matchup is concerned, and see whether Daystar can once again have a good experience into this. We did see yesterday Akali having a bit of a pop-off despite the result of the game. The Akali as well, we've seen that work out, but like you say, it's obviously level 6 that you're really looking for. So just as much CS as you can find is going to be the aim of the game. The flash in from Keria is going to be met with a flash in from Diablo. He's not going to be out-flashed in. Never. Not this young man, as they do take the bad end of that trade. Diablo still with his barrier up and available.
So if I'm the bot lane, being KFX, I'm screaming to Raptor, Lux no flash, but Oona has already made his way down here. And now I'd be late to the play. He's now on vision.
Oh dear.
Do they turn onto the Neferi?
They're like ships in the night. They will pass by one another.
Into it, because if you already have this kind of passive gold lead...
Is Daystar just dead? He's going to have to flash. Oona doesn't need to flash and follow him. And that is just flash down for the Akali.
From T1, there's not a major concern, but if you lose some of these early skirmishes...
Oh dear. Raptor was just backing, does avoid the Lucent Singularity, but then doesn't have the untargetability for the rest of the engage. Thankfully does make it out in T1 as Pays clears out these remaining 3. Light Binding connects. And Diablo does still have his barrier available, but that is not a trade that he really wanted to make. As there is the net in, finally the barrier does come on down, and the Light Binding connects once again. Peacemaker is not looking real peaceful here in the hands of Pays as they just destroy the Lulu.
This game was like you picked Ezreal Nico because you wanted to win lane, and losing that to Alistar Jhin feels terrible. This is a lane... Oh,
the all-out does come on through here as Doran is going to silence himself. There's the dash forward. Clear hits the Q. Can he find it? Is Doran one more auto and Clear picks it up? The solo bolo from the Cassante in the top lane. As here in the bottom side, things not looking great for Diablo, who does eat the damage from Lucent Singularity as well.
The all-out really helping Clear there. Oona looking towards mid.
Emperor's Divide comes down. Beautiful avoidance there from Daystar. And it didn't even require the flashes. That was still on cooldown. Oh dear. I think Diablo may be dead. He dances on top of a trap.
The trap. Great read by Pays, but Diablo just not having a good series so far. And the pressure keeps mounting too, because as soon as you run out from the turret, you don't have that assistance. You're just going to die. There was only one way he could go, but it was just pixel perfect reads from both the bot laners of T1.
Yeah, gorgeously done. There's the flash all out. Not exactly the best position, but there's the ulti in from Raptor, and Clear picks up another one. Bit of a monopoly on that objective so far, as in goes Daystar looking for an angle towards Faker here, who's moving the wrong direction. Right now, Daystar feeling pretty good. The ulti does finally come out, and Daystar just ults over it and picks up the solo kill in the mid lane. Solo lane is going well.
mobility and threat onto a champion who normally survives by just having more mobility than everyone else. Oh, that's a TP in from Clear. They're looking for this play.
Yep, they want to try and find an angle as Diablo dashing on top of Paze right now. There's the flash wild growth just to hold Paze in position as Raptor is trying to make his way down. Cease and desist comes in as he ults over to Paze in order to get himself out of there. Speaking of out, Clear is now just going to push the rest of them away, and Doran comes in to try and change this. But Clear has that big old shield, and Doran doesn't have the quest completed yet. Clear's health bar still hasn't moved as Raptor down to about 200. Faker is also about to die as Daystar picks up another solo. Keria is exceptionally low as Raptor does go into the sky. Clear pulls back Doran. This Cassante is still gigantic, but hasn't got the kills just yet, and Doran is dancing out of the way of these Qs. Can he avoid it? That's the question, as finally the Pathmaker comes in, and I think Clear will be able to get there. Thankfully, Ona still has a Vault Breaker to get himself out.
In fact, he survives as well. Now, we get to see what happened mid lane. We got a brief look.
And this is without ultis, right? Yeah, he just gets shot by a sword.
Yeah. Faker just not respecting the Gunblade spike in that close range melee.
Pick up this wave. So T1 with some control of this top side. You can see already so much vision in the area. There's the cease and desist down as they look for Daystar. He's going to dance on in as Owner is just dead before the fight's even really broken out. And Raptor avoids the Emperor's Divide. Faker is just going to get taken out as Daystar picks up a double.
Theory.
Oh.
Okay, Daystar looking pretty dead now.
Yeah, he's going to use the Shuriken backflip as now Kellen is moving in. Yeah, shoots Owner with a gun once again. There's the wild growth onto the Akali to keep him alive. Owner is just dead as Faker once again finds himself on the wrong side of the rift. The final spark is not going to do nearly enough as he wants to take Raptor with him, but Raptor will not be going down here as Daystar is now 6-0. Let's see whether they can actually close it on out, as Paze actually taking a fair bit of damage now from Diablo, who's dashing on in, looks for the angle, finds the ulti in the Arc of Ruin, as now Keria coming on down, doesn't hit him with the shield, as Daystar lurking on that flank angle as he dashes on forward, caught by the binding, and will get taken down. Huge shutdown over to Paze, as now the equalizer comes in. That's Hold being able to... The flashlight binding is maybe not going to be enough, as that is a takedown by the Nefiri. At least Doran is able to pick up the kill onto this Yunara, but Kellen baits Owner in, and Raptor is able to take him down in the top side of the map for BNK are just too fed. It's just not quite fed enough as, oh dear. Okay, the on-spawn Baron into T1. Owner is going to get spotted on a control ward as the final spark is going to see that this Baron is being taken right before their eyes. And I imagine T1's eyes have lit up as Owner has stolen these before many, many times. Doran moving on over. It's BNK sticking on this Baron for now as Clear's tanking a fair bit of damage. Raptor over the walls. They're looking for the turn. But instead, BNK just going to tank a lot of damage and then just try and leave. Light binding onto 2 once again as Keria, after that, just goes down. Paze trying to kite as best he can as Owner gets the interrupt on the ulti. And Raptor now does not have the on-target ability to get out. There's the cease and desist as Owner is going to get taken out for it. But he will take Raptor with him. BNK, I think, lucky to get out with a 2-for-1 after that precarious Baron attempt.
Yeah, T1 looking for the top. Oh
dear. Cassante going all out once again as Paze is trying to stay alive, and he fails to do so. Still the shutdown goes over to... Oh, that was such a nice polymorph to come on through, and then Daystar with the perfect execution takes down Faker yet again.
But then you need to survive to get that damage off, and BNK FearX are just trying to push the pace of this game. It's an Ocean Soul. They only have 2 dragons. They don't want to sit and wait around for that. So they're using this Baron to force T1 in. And Daystar's on this strat.
Oh, the flash binding is going to catch the Akali, but he flashes out of the way. He's in the shroud already. And the entire time they're still on the Baron. So that is just going to be taken by BNK FearX. And Daystar just absorbs the pressure enough to secure it. Still, they will lose this outer turret in the mid lane. And so the Rebel Baron power play, not the most gigantic thing right now, but BNK is still looking for it. The flash in from Raptor. Emperor's Divide is going to stop it as the wild growth. Raptor gets out with barely a sliver of health as Daystar, he's able to lock down Owner. There's the dash on forward as Faker is dead once again, but Doran has so much damage on this Rumble as both of the Fed members of BNK are now dead immediately after the Baron goes down, as now Raptor looking for Keria here, but he's baiting one more time. Paze just nets himself forward, looking to take down Diablo. The final spark, not enough to kill him, but the ace in the hole will take him out, and there goes the Baron.
Doesn't work that way. You need a bit of space.
Well, Owner is charging up that Vault Breaker, decides not to go in. Keria, though, he does, as he takes a lot of damage as well. The flash out from Owner as now Faker gets himself into position. Sand Soldier's down, doing a decent amount of work. Slurkle slows up Pays.
Will he get spotted in the banana bush? They're looking for him. They found him.
They're going to be able to find him here as Doran. Can he land the Harpoon? The answer is no. Equalizer comes on through. Shuriken backflip will be able to avoid it there as Daystar desperately trying to escape. He gets into the Shroud, but the rest of his teammates are nowhere nearby. Cease and Desist comes in, and there goes the Akali. A 4 versus 5 now as B&K are trying to burst down this Dragon. But I just don't think they're going to be able to do so until Owner makes his way over here. Keria just keeping them busy as well. As they're in the back of the pit, T1 are just going to light them on fire. And Clear is able to dash his way out. That's going to be Soul Point over to T1. That's kind of the feeling here, as the Baron is being started up once again. Daystar is now lurking. He flashes in, gets the Wild Growth as Cease and Desist comes through. Pays down so incredibly low, taken down to the GA, and Daystar's able to go golden. There goes Owner, as Daystar trying to get on top of Pays, but he doesn't need to. Keria is able to finish off the Akali, but they take down Faker as well. B&K FearX have wiped out most of T1 and are looking for the Baron. That maybe they need to be a little bit aware of. They have so much vision in the area as now Clear could be in trouble. Faker is moving over and the Vault Break is going to be there. That teleport, a very weird decision for Clear to make as he does look to try and push Owner away. Gets the all out as now Pays is going to show up. Emperor's Divide sweeps him under the rug, and that is going to be a dead Cassante for a minute's time. And Raptor actually walked all the way up here to try and defend. The rest of B&K also doing so.
Yeah. Not able to threaten the Dragon on the other side of the map right now. T1 continuing to push here. Owner, though, doesn't want a face check.
A little bit dangerous as he does try to Vault Break away. Still, he gets a big old shield, but now Diablo getting hit by basically everything and the kitchen sink as Raptor goes down to the GA. The Equalizer is going to burn the Yunara to a crisp as Raptor cannot do anything. And I was just fighting a losing battle here for B&K. As Daystar, let's see what he can do here. He dashes on forward into the Shroud now as well. He blows up Pays! He will trade himself for it, but that is so much of the damage here onto these structures removed, and that may have saved the game for B&K. Brute forced. Keria looking to try and at least be a nuisance in the area.
I do think
a lot of Ocean Drakes.
Yeah, I do think B&K FearX.
Oh dear. Well, Clear is going to find Faker here. He all outs to avoid the Emperor's Divide. They trade ulties. $20 as well. Might actually have that on this wave, as never mind sharing the XP means that he does not. As T1 set up in the mid lane, Light Binding goes wide as B&K moving over towards the freshly spawned Baron. Daystar flashes in, they get on top of Pays! Can they blow him up? They take him down to the GA, but there goes the Akali first off! And there's the Cassante going down as well. Pays might actually die as Raptor, he's able to pick up that kill, but Faker is still standing, and we mentioned how much damage he can do. Kellen and Raptor by themselves cannot do enough, and T1 are now closing in on the base!
That's the thing, even though Faker struggled in this game, he's so fed now. He is a second carry, and Pays buys enough time with the GA, with the summoners. Faker comes up to clean up, the Neferi. Owner is looking for that Lulu.
There it is.
That. Even still, doubting kills, but T1 will find their second 2-0 of the weekend.
And this time was not the same as game number 1, but still another 2-0 here for T1 in their home ground.